Well, welcome back this morning. Every Thursday on News 9 at 9, we're going in depth with Oklahoma City Police Chief Wade Gourley.
This week, we're talking about out-of-county warrants and why the police department is now focusing on them. Here's Lisa Monahan.
Chat with the chief for your Thursday morning. Time now to check in with Oklahoma City Police Chief Wade Gourley. And we've had some questions about the department's out-of-county warrant initiative. The way that I'm understanding this is that your officers are transporting people out of the county with warrants to the county where the warrant was issued. But some people are asking questions about, is this taking resources away from our city and dispersing them across the state? How do you cover manpower that way?
Sure. This actually started as a project, I believe, about a year ago. We started realizing that we were encountering people with serious felony warrants from other counties within the state of Oklahoma. And these were entered in what we call NCIC, the National Crime Information Computer. But what we were finding is these agencies, through budget constraints or whatever the reason is, they were not being willing to come and get these individuals. And again, these are serious felonies, and these individuals, it's very often they tell the officers, I know I have a warrant, but they're not going to extradite. So they're basically coming here as a safe haven to try and get away from, being held accountable for their crimes. And so we instituted a program. Most of the time, these are done through overtime programs and overtime shifts that we have. But anytime an officer encounters somebody with a serious felony crime in another county and that county won't extradite, they contact what we call a watch commander, the highest ranking person on duty, and that watch commander will assess, do we have enough manpower or enough staffing for this to occur, and then they'll allow the transport to occur to that other county. And it helps hold these folks accountable, and we don't have folks that are wanted for violent crimes residing in our city.
And some of those violence, or like domestic assault and battery, assault and battery on an officer, failure to register as a sex offender, robbery and domestic assault and strangulation. So these are folks that you want to get out of the city to maintain public safety. All of that makes sense. My question, is it putting a strain on your budget, especially when we factor in current gas prices? If you're transporting 30 or more, as you have so far this year, what kind of strain does that put on your budget?
Well, it's like anything with public safety. I don't believe it does put a strain on our budget. If it did, we would look at alternatives of doing that. To me, it's that public safety aspect. It's very important that, because here's the thing that a lot of people don't realize is just because these folks have these warrants doesn't mean they stop committing crimes. So if they've committed these violent crimes in other cities, they're very likely to commit these violent crimes here as well. So it's worth it from a public safety standpoint to make sure these folks are held accountable and take them back to those counties so that they can go through the criminal justice process.
Okay, we'll have to check in and see how all this works out. How long has this been going on?
I believe we've been doing this close to a year now, and it was just an idea that we came up with, as a group within the agency to try and, again, just help increase public safety and try to keep folks from committing crimes within our city. So
far proven successful. Okay, Chief, thanks for being with us. We appreciate you. If you have any questions for the Chief, you can watch this segment again on our other chats, News 9 streaming app, and our Facebook page. We'll see you next week.